Hi, everyone. I'm Mackenzie, and this is my PowerPoint presentation on cancel culture about my research paper. My thesis is that society must begin making lines and limitations to prevent a totalitarian social environment online and in workplaces in order to protect freedom of speech. My topics include defining cancel culture, where cancel culture is prevalent the most, college campuses, cancel culture in Hollywood, why cancel culture is not social justice, social media's role, and what should be done. Defining cancel culture. Cancel culture has varied definitions, but can be described as the recent phenomenon of individuals being called out publicly on social media platforms for behavior which is deemed socially or politically unacceptable. Cancel culture is most prevalent along with the US and the UK and other European countries. They've seen a rise in cancel culture ideology, especially on college campuses, just like the US. Consequently, scholars who have conservative views are more likely to feel outcasted and silenced, meaning excluded from consideration in campus activities and events. Many institutions have implemented policies enabling intolerant environments. For example, in 2014, Oberlin College posted guidelines for faculty, urging them to use trigger warnings for some lessons and expanded safety to include emotional safety, stating teachers should show students that you care about their safety. Cancel culture in Hollywood is very prevalent. Celebrities are most vulnerable to cancel culture because their online personal lives are closely watched by the public. They're always in the public eye and historically have made headlines for any controversial statement or act. But since the rise of cancel culture, those belonging to certain political parties who are in Hollywood have claimed to be outcasted in their careers for their political opinions. Why cancel culture is not social justice. Activists use informal social pressures designed to sanction and ostracize powerful individuals directly, holding them accountable by society to society by damaging reputations, derailing careers, denying access to public platforms, and establishing grounds for legal prosecution. So this is normal to see around times that a lot of political activism is happening. The best thing to do is to provide protections in workplaces to safeguard any, even if this cancel culture wave dies down after political turmoil has died down. It's still important to have those legal safeguards and in workplaces to be able to prevent employees from losing their jobs for certain political opinions that will in return protect freedom of speech. The same strategy should not be used to hold powerless individuals responsible for unpopular speech and opinions, which is should be the goal for all workplaces in the future. Social media companies have no intention of promoting kindness, fairness, or rights on the platforms. Rather, social media websites make a profit from controversies happening online and using algorithms to put controversies at the forefront of social media feeds. So this is not social media's fault necessarily. In the 60s when civil rights was happening, there was activists also tried to derail employment of certain people who were holding back progress or who they felt were holding back progress. However, at the time social media was not prevalent. Social media is not the cause of cancel culture, but it certainly throws gasoline on the flames, exacerbating the issue, especially when they're using algorithms to promote more arguments and turmoil online. What should be done? It's important for US citizens' employment to be protected under the First Amendment and holds businesses accountable for violating employees' rights. It's also important for companies to keep the right to terminate someone based on harassment and or violence rules or regulations. So there must be a line between somebody being terminated or being reprimanded for having political opinions, but also not allowing somebody else to be hurt or have their workplace compromised based on, harassment. Policies should still be in place. They might even need to be touched up a bit if we're going to decide to implement these things in workplaces. The lines and rules need to be clearly stated. And here are my resources. Thank you so much, everybody.